The Rage series is one that I really have enjoyed, guys, overall. The first Rage title being one that I thought could be something pretty special, when obviously when we talk about, ID Software and this company and kind of the games that they've created, some iconic games to say the least. But Rage I thought was pretty awesome, guys. And then when we got Rage 2, I really felt that it was very much so like kind of hit and miss in a number of areas. I overall enjoyed the experience, but I felt like it could have been so much more. And so I want to talk, guys, in this segment of the show about if Rage 3 could be something that gets announced here this year in 2022. And with that being said, guys, you guys can check out all of my Rage 3 content here on the YouTube channel. We've been talking about Rage 3. We've been wanting this game to come out. And so let's talk about it. So guys, in order to talk about the future of a franchise, we got to talk about the past. So obviously the first two Rage titles have done pretty well overall from a reception perspective as well as a sales perspective. We're not going to say that they blew numbers out of the water or anything of that nature. The second one there was a little bit more of a critical reception around the second one. A lot of folks did not, like certain elements of Rage 2. I liked the overall concepts. There were a couple of things that did bother me about Rage 2. One of them being that it didn't feel like there was a lot in the world to really interact with. I mean, it's like this open world game that there really wasn't much out there. It was just, this desert land, this complete wasteland. And I understand what they were going for there, but I just felt like there needed to be more things along the journey to do. And so with a Rage 3, I think I would love to see them have more interactive things to do in the game. I thought that the biggest disappointment to me, though, with Rage 2 was not the campaign, but was the lack thereof of multiplayer and co-op modes. Having a multitude of modes, guys, whether you're talking multiple co-op modes, whether you're talking multiplayer, whether you're talking a campaign, I think that, the fact of the matter is that Rage 2 was this title that I thought had a lot. I mean, I actually really loved the marketing behind Rage 2. I thought it was awesome. I thought they did a really great job from the marketing campaign perspective. This just felt to me, it feels like another Far Cry to me where, Far Cry didn't really, they have primarily kind of specialized in just single player stories, not so much really diving into multiplayer and things of that nature. And Rage just feels like another one of those missed opportunities as a first person shooter that should have multiplayer. It should have co-op in a major way. And so I've really felt that, especially the multiplayer side of it, because after I beat Rage 2 once, I ended up moving on to other games. I didn't stay in the experience, which I would have if they had multiplayer experiences. I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way. The second thing, though, guys, really I feel that hurt Rage 2 was Tim Willits. He went ahead and he was the studio director over at ID Software on Rage 2. He was talking while Rage 2 was actually being marketed, he was already talking about Rage 3. He was talking about he wanted this game, Rage 3, to start to kind of get worked on as soon as possible. And I think that was something that was a real problem with Rage 2, guys, because it was almost like they were looking ahead before even really focusing on the now, focusing on what they had in front of them. And I felt that if they would have just, focused on Rage 2 and did as good of a job as they possibly could on it and supported it in a major way at first, I think it would still be doing really good to this day if it had, like I said, multiplayer modes and so on and so forth. And I believe a Rage 3 would have already been greenlit at this point. But instead, they were looking ahead already to Rage 3. And so I never really understood that. And so I think that there was a couple of things that really hurt Rage 2, even just from launch. That being said, the question here is, will Rage 3 get announced in 2022? I believe that there's a good chance of it, guys, but at the same time, we know that over at Bethesda and, ID Software, they're working on other titles. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's a lot of other titles that they're working on, from Doom, most likely, probably like a new Doom game to, we're talking Elder Scrolls, and the list goes on and on and on, right? And so do I think that Rage 3 could be something that gets announced this year? I do think it could get announced this year. It's probably still going to be a number of years away, but I think that it's definitely something that I do hope does come out. I mean, at the very least, let's get a Rage 3 to kind of round out the trilogy, and then we can go from there and talking about maybe the next generation of Rage games and such. I just want them to make a true Rage game that's got everything that we want in it as a community, that we come back to that experience over and over again, and we're really proud of it, and we're excited about the future of it. I mean, I think that they were looking so far ahead right away with Rage 2 that they missed a real opportunity, I thought, that they had with that title. But that being said, guys, the real question is, what do you think? Do you think that we're going to get an announcement for Rage 3 this year? Or do you think it's something that won't ever come out? Or do you think it's something that won't be announced at least for another couple of years? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Rage 3 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.